All right, Landon, what's it like to move over here? Coach likes to move you guys out of the comfortable setting over here during camp. What's that like for you guys?
It's a challenge, but it's definitely worth it. Just appreciate what we got over there, so that's why we come over here. So I definitely enjoy it.
Landon, what was the thought process behind the added weight, and what does that do for you right now that you've noticed?
Thought process, last year I wanted to be about 210, but I couldn't get that weight up. But this year I was able to get my weight up, still feel good. It's just to be more of a sure tackler, just for me. Still feel good, running and everything.
How's your shoulder feeling?
Shoulder's good.
Talk to other players about this, but just having that Georgia game in week 1, how much does that focus guys, just knowing that's coming up right out?
Oh yeah, it definitely sets the tempo, but I feel like if it's any other year, no matter who was our first opponent, we're still gonna prepare the same way.
When you are trying to add weight, is the difficult balance that, like, still having the speed and sort of the ideal
I told my coaches this, I might be 217, but I still feel like I'm 205. So I still feel really good.
Just so far in practices, how have you seen the teams really kind of take that step from last year?
As far as mentally, we've definitely gotten better. We definitely learned just from each other, definitely gotten better in one-on-ones, and I feel like we're just building our confidence.
Can you take us through the progression last year with your injury and just how much it affected you during the season when you were still trying to play through it?
Yeah, before my injury, I felt like I was playing my best football, and then I tore my shoulder in fall camp. And talking to the doctors and stuff, telling me I had, need surgery and whatnot, it kind of got to me mentally. So I feel like all year I was mentally down, not really focused on football, just really trying to protect myself, and that really affected my game.
I didn't realize it happened during fall camp. I thought
a lot of people don't.
Did you have a decision to make at the time?
Yeah, I did. Well, they definitely wanted me to play, so it definitely happened midway during fall camp.
You and Nolan are kind of those veteran guys in the safety room now. How has your leadership role kind of stepped up this camp?
It's definitely stepped up. It's definitely with new guys coming in. They don't really know their roles yet or what they're doing, but I feel like me and Nolan kind of take charge and just lead everybody.
I guess, does that change the way you tackle? I mean, how are you able to tackle?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm more of a head-up guy now with my weight, but with my shoulder, last year I kind of just was kind of favoring it, not trying to, pop it out again and stuff because I was so worried about it. But yeah, it definitely affected me mentally how I wanted to tackle.
You're just hitting people with your left shoulder as much as
possible?
I
was trying to, and that really messed up my angles and how I was coming down and stuff. So that got to me really.
Yeah, so I don't know how much hitting you guys have done, but I mean, does it feel good?
Yeah, definitely. I'm 100%. Gained some weight, put some muscle on it, so feel good.
What was it? You said separated or torn?
Yeah, I had torn my labrum and a little bit of my rotator cuff.
How painful was that, just overall?
When it first happened, it was pretty painful, but they popped it back in. I went and got an MRI and stuff, and so a couple hours later told me I'm gonna need surgery, and it's my choice and coach's choice as well. I wanted to do play throughout the season or get it after.
So were there times during games where you would pull it and you would feel it?
Definitely. There was times during games where it popped out and stuff, but I mean, with a torn labrum and stuff, you really can't do nothing about it. Just pop it back in and try to go back out there.
Like how many times?
I'd say I have about once or twice a game.
Was it the Notre Dame game or in the regular season when you had to leave the game?
Yeah, that's when I guess I had took a bad hit, or when I made a tackle, nerve damage kind of messed up my nerve and it went limp for a little while. And that's what kept me out for a couple weeks.
What would you say the percentage of the full Lannden Zanders everybody saw last year?
Probably at like 70, 65, 70.
How does it, I'm sorry if you've already answered this because I got here late, but how does that affect the way you play on the field? Like,
it affects me big time mentally. When you have an injury and you're just so worried about it, you really don't think about the game plan. Or you do, but you think about how you're going to tackle. And when that happens, you mess up your angles and your pursuit angles and how you want to come down and stuff. So it definitely messes up you mentally and also affects you physically.
So when you're coming down and trying to figure out how to take an angle, or you like trying to figure out how to position yourself?
Yeah, I was always thinking about my right shoulder. So definitely kind of messed me up on my tackling.
Were there times during the season where you reconsidered that decision?
Yeah, especially after when I got injured in the Notre Dame game when my arm was dead. Kind of considered getting it done, but I just knew we had a chance to go to the playoffs and stuff, so I definitely wanted to come back and try to help my team.
Landon, what are your impressions of Andew Mukuba? How far do you think he's come since the spring?
He's came far. I mean, he was great in spring. He's still doing great in fall camp. He's definitely ahead of what most freshmen are coming in as a DB, especially in Coach Venable's defense.
Do you feel like you have something to prove this year with the way last year ended?
I wouldn't say that. I know I trust my coaches. I know what I can do. I know last year wasn't my best, but I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. I'm just going to play football like I know I can.
Is there a little bit of pride having played through that year?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of pride.
How is this secondary going to be different this year in your mind?
I feel like our man-to-man is going to help us. We're more physical, got some weight on us now. I feel like that's going to help our defense a lot.
How nice is it to have Nolan back, just the communication between you two?
It's great. He's a vet. He knows what he's doing. So anytime, you know, I slip up, he'll tell me what I'm doing and lets me know.
You guys get a sense of comfort with your defensive line. That I'm not saying you total comfort, but, you know, knowing that how dominant they could possibly be.
Yeah, we definitely do get a sense of comfort, but we really don't try to, you know, think they're going to get to the quarterback every play. So, I mean, it's a little bit sense of comfort, know how good our guys are up front, but as far as DBs and back seven, we'll still try to do our thing.
You said you're at 70% last year. What does 100% Landon look like?
We'll just have to see.
What makes a guy like Barrett Carter so unique?
I guess his size and speed kind of remind me of Mike Jones, but a little bit better in his footwork frame. So that gives you an idea.
We've seen him come down with at least one-handed pick.
Yeah. As far as I saw, I just saw one.
You seen a different Andrew Booth so far?
I have. He's definitely taking his game to the next level.
How so?
He's a lockdown corner. I'll say that.
More sustained intensity, I guess you could say.
Intensity all the time. That's Booth.
What have those one-on-one battles with the wide receivers look like?
They're good. They're really good for the defense right now. I'm ready for Justin Ross to get back, give him some good work. But everybody's doing good. As far as DBs and wide receivers, all giving each other good work.
Any of the freshman wide receivers that have caught your been fun to
I remember I haven't went against Bo Collins yet, but Dakari, he's been doing good. I feel like he's really good. Troy just got back out here. He looks good.
A lot of talk about the defensive line. Is there anybody that isn't getting talked about enough?
I'm not sure, but I know I like Root. I like what he's doing. I like how he's stepping up.
Y'all have a trip to the lake coming up. What's your favorite part about that?
Probably just get out, jet skis, boats, relax, cool down and stuff.
Do coaches ever get on you about being a little cautious about things?
Not yet. They haven't told us. They'll probably tell us on a bus trip up there, so not to do nothing crazy.
What's your relationship with Joseph Charleston like?
It's great. He was my roommate freshman year. We always hang out and stuff, so we're like best friends.
What's it like out here at Jervey?
I mean, it's good in the morning once it starts, but once it gets hot, it's a little tough. But it's definitely good for us to appreciate what we have over there.
Troy Polamalu just got in the Hall of Fame. He got the bust with the hair.
Yep.
Is there any plans to one day have Lannden Zanders with his hair in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, definitely. Just a little bit of my own style. That's what I see coming.
Thanks, Landon.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Landon.
Appreciate y'all.